I actually felt compelled that as a family man and husband myself, I really felt that I had to actually speak on the whole T Rex in the room of Mr. Derrick Jaxn apparently has had an affair again, or I'll just say filed for divorce. So let's go ahead and examine what's been going on. So I found it kind of interesting that in this space it trended hard again, probably because it's Mr. Derrick Jaxn, relationship guru and author, right? And so I just kind of found it odd that he's taking pics out in public, like he pretty much didn't give a damn. Like, let's just say if he was still married, he did not care if he had a picture of himself with another woman circulating. And second, also, if he did file for divorce, he really did not care, because obviously a divorce was filed. Maybe he and his wife discussed it, and so he and she are pretty much able to do whatever they want since they filed, right? But wifey, Mrs. Jackson, states that she had no knowledge. She was just oblivious. She found out when we found out, which is very unfortunate, right? But what I wanted to do is I wanted to go ahead and touch on this from another perspective, right? Now, the thing is, I gave a poll a while back on what type of content would my subs or anyone would like me to do next. And one of them were 5 reasons why men cheat. So I wanted to go ahead and approach this a little bit differently, because this is very sensitive and I do not mean to offend anybody. And I just wanted to go ahead and give a heads up. I'm also speaking for the people who are married or used to be married. As a representation of that, marriage can be hard, right? And I really felt compelled to speak on this one, because I have given dirt and I have done dirt, and I am not proud of it at all. It is not worth it. It is regrettable. Yet my issue was emotional and not physical. And of course, I am going on 10 years of marriage, and honestly, that length of time being monogamous is very tough, and you do have a tendency to slip and fall. Men do it and women do it, but it's not worth it. It kind of sucks. But what I want to do is I want to go ahead and go through this approach. I wanted to approach this a whole lot different. I wanted to go ahead and title this 5 reasons men cheat again. Unfortunately, I pretty much have to really speak, to, the married women on this one, because I wish there were more platforms with married couples or with, married women and men, where they can actually get a little bit deeper instead of just making it gossip about another content creators or celebrities mishap in their marriage, because marriage is tough. So let's go ahead and get to it. So the first one, in my opinion, would be insecure. If you pretty much looked at the old photo of Derek, he was kind of a late bloomer. He really didn't have the swoles and everything. He didn't have the success. He wasn't fully established yet. And I pretty much heard that he's actually been with his wife since, it looks like, high school, since college, right? And then so he becomes successful at being an author, public speaking, or just being a relationship coach, being a presenter, or whatever the case may be. And next thing you know, women are coming at him. And it kind of sucks, because obviously there's women out there that don't give a damn that you're married. I get it. But this just goes to show you that what men end up doing because of what they are not. Before his success, I'm sure he still loves his wife, but before their success, he only had eyes for his wife. And I'm sure he probably curved the eye here and there, because, we're men and we do acknowledge the beauty of other women, but we just don't pursue, right? Because we're already in a committed relationship. But just imagine if he's never been chosen, if he's never been select, then look what happened. He had all the attention from women. He had all these women's undivided attention at these seminars, book signings, YouTube channel. I swear, all these attractive women that he was attracted to, are now in his DMs and couldn't handle it. Now, apparently, he already, messed up the first time and said that he didn't have his relationship right with God, and so he ended up fouling again, backslid. It happens. So I'm not sure. We all don't know what that conversation was like with he and his wife, but the thing is, he was not really true to himself. He was not who he wanted to be. Now he is who he wants to be, but unfortunately, it's almost as if like the woman that he is committed to, the woman that he's married, the mother of his children, did not become his first choice anymore. Another reason why men will cheat again is because now everything is on her terms and there may not be a compromise. It's like, bruh, you messed up. You did dirt. The ball is in her court, whether she wants to deal with you or not. And it is a painful road. That's right. You are in the doghouse indefinitely until she basically is very comfortable on trusting you again. And there's no time limit on how long that trust goes. And I'm going to tell you something. That trust can bother her as much as it bothers you. There may be days where you guys are pretty much just smiling and everything, and you thought everything, was moving forward. But there can be a trigger, and she can end up becoming irritating with you. And then so these men may keep running into that. So it's like, damn, she's still mad at me, or she's mad at me again, or she's just having an attitude. You don't know why. What you really know, you know why she's pissed. And you can't exactly say get over it because this was your foul up. So now, unfortunately, what's happening is you have a tendency to get fed up. You're going to pretty much just be like, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with this. Like, it was just like, one text message, whether you had physical contact with another woman or not, it was the fact that another woman had your attention instead of your wives. And now you're upset because you want her to get over it, but she's not going to, and there's no timeline. You're going to be walking on coals until she feels that she is fully 100% comfortable trusting you again. And yes, it's a bummer, but most men can't even handle that. And yeah, they'll dip. We spoke on this before, sexless marriage. It's like, yeah, bro, you ended up developing feelings for another woman. So sex is not going to come like that anymore. And if you really love this woman, then you pretty much have to just take this to the chin and take this L. You do. Trust me, like I said, I can relate. I have been there. And so therefore you are literally waiting forever, months, maybe a year, maybe more than a year. It depends. She has to find you sexually attractive again. And in most cases, that dude will pretty much, he can't handle it anymore. Weeks have passed, months has passed. Now it's going into the year. He needs that sexual attention. He needs to be touched. He needs to let that nut out, but he can't because his woman don't want to do it with him. So what you think he's gonna do? He's gonna cheat again. There is no excuse. And if you end up doing it again, of course you're gonna be in the doghouse, right? Unless you just want to go ahead and take this to the chin and just keep it going. Find a hobby. Find another way to release. I know it sucks. And men, we don't get married to release on our own. We want to release with our wives, but it is a bummer. But unfortunately, he will dip out again because he's not getting, that sexual satisfaction. But then again, yeah, bro, it's your fault. Some men here feel that you're taken for granted because if you're still married, of course, you're probably still being the provider. You're probably still being the protector, right? And so those thank yous don't come as much anymore, right? You're not going to feel appreciated because you did this dirt. She doesn't even care about how you feel anymore. So therefore, it's a bummer. So yeah, you're gonna have to keep on paying them bills. You're gonna have to keep on doing that yard, keep on doing the heavy lifting, keep on opening them jars, making sure the gas tank is full and all of that jazz, right? And you're not gonna get any gratitude. It's not gonna happen because you fouled up, you stepped out. And granted, a lot of men can't handle that as well. So what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go ahead and try to find appreciation elsewhere instead of forgetting you put yourself in this position. Another reason why men cheat again is because they feel like they are the victim. anything can happen with a marriage of why, couples are not getting along, right? But when you step out first, you can't become the victim. I know a lot of us say it's like, I haven't gotten sex in months. And the thing is, when you try to communicate that with your spouse, and they don't want to hear it because they kind of feel like you're being petty because sex is not, everything in the marriage. But let's just say you've been waiting for a month or two. Oops, sorry, y'all. Let's just say you've been waiting for a month or two, and then next thing you know, you're still not getting it. But yeah, it's tough. It's tough. So you ended up getting something on the side, and she found out. You said, "Hey, yo, I told you this was going to happen. Like, you didn't want to give me none. What else was I supposed to do? I'm not trying to jack off. I'm married. Married men shouldn't be jacking off anyway. I have you. What's up?" And that's where things fall apart. And I kind of wish that there were more women out there who were married who actually have been in this situation and they really explain why. How come we're not having sex with our husbands? Why isn't that not happening? So a lot of men can get a good idea. Yeah, we know we'll be tired after work, especially if we got kids, and yeah, it could be very, very tough. But a lot of men are literally in the dark on why they are not having sex. Some haven't even had sex for like over a year. So they end up getting some on the side. Wifey finds out, put his ass in a doghouse, and then the thing starts all over again. So now I got to get her, wait for her to trust me in order to have sex again. And then unfortunately, he ends up cheating again. And that's the reality. This is a tough one. It really is. But like I said, we don't know what goes on in these homes of these content creators and celebrities or anybody else's, home. We just don't know. We just don't know. That's their business. But it does kind of suck when everybody tries to come up with their own, their own scenario of what may have happened in these marriages. We don't know. Everybody's marriages are different. Wifey can be a sweetheart. Wifey can be too much of a Bible nerd or a Bible pusher, and it was too much for him. We don't know. I'm sorry that I don't really have, my set, glammed out and everything with the LEDs like I normally do, but I kind of felt like I just needed to take a minute doing what I was doing and really just talk to the fam about this situation. I hope this doesn't discourage a lot of you from getting married. Just communicate the best you can, compromise the best you can. Get counseling, get help, get a third party to moderator, with you guys as conversations and discussions because it sucks. Nobody wants to get divorced. Divorce is really, really tough. And it gets tougher, especially if you guys make up and you end up at this bad space again. This is a really, really, really dark place, and I get it. A lot of you fellas that did the dirt and you're in that doghouse and you guys are getting a piece of that irritation from your woman, it's expected. The only thing you can do is work on you, do you, be the best husband you could be the best family man you could be to your children until she's ready to give, full love 100%. I mean, especially if she hasn't filed or you haven't filed and you guys are trying to work out, you just got to get that trust back. You can't, that's a whole lot to ask for, especially after what you did, bruh. But anyways, y'all know how I do, and I'm out this piece. I love you guys. Sorry that I had to come back like this on you, but I kind of felt like it was my duty as a family man and a husband that I had to speak on this situation.